Welcome to Bayou Reefkeeping's October Tank of the Month. This month we go out and visit Thomas Freeman in Covington, Louisiana. Thomas has one of the most beautiful LPS tanks I've ever seen and some very unique corals. Let's go visit Thomas. Welcome everybody. I'm really excited to be here in Covington, see Thomas Freeman, and what I see is a wonderful, beautiful LPS dominated tank. Thomas, thank you very much for welcoming us into your home today.
No problem.
So, to get started, what got you into reef keeping?
Honestly, I just went to a pet store one day and was looking around and really liked the way the saltwater looked. So I decided to go ahead and get an 80 gallon and it just took off from there.
How long ago was it that you got that 80 gallon?
I would say 6 years.
6 years. And the tank that we're looking at, is it just been a progression? So you went 80 to...
I went 80 to this one because I knew after the 80 that I wanted as big as I can go.
Okay.
So I just went straight to this one and got rid of the 80.
Awesome. Who got you started in the reef keeping? Who was who influenced you in terms of going the way you went with reef tanks?
If I had to put one person that really helped me get started, it would be Noah from Adventure Pets.
Okay.
Because that was the store I went to, and he was the one that guided me to be able to do what I do now.
Anybody else that's been a big influence along the way for you?
Anything to do with fish. I talked to Melissa at Aquarium.
Okay.
I also talked to Wyatt at Poseidon's Pets.
Okay.
And when it comes to coral, I always talk to Zoe.
All right.
Over at Reef Sortium.
Okay. So you've been in the hobby, what, 5-6 years now?
Yes, sir.
That's what you said? All right. So let's talk a little bit about the beautiful tank that we have here. Tell me, first of all, what's the brand, what's the dimensions, size of volume that we have?
It's the Red Sea 1000 G2. It's the one that came with everything. It's 230 gallons.
Okay.
I believe it's 7 foot. Definitely, I feel like Red Sea makes a good product. It makes my life a lot easier.
So it's 7 feet wide. What's the height and depth of the tank? Don't know.
No. It's big.
That's okay. We'll figure it out. I'll probably put that in the caption below. How long has this tank been up in this current configuration?
This tank has been going for 2 years.
For 2 years as it's set up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a lot of people that watch these that they're tech geeks and they want to know all about the equipment. So, first off, a controller system. Are you using any type of controller system on the tank? Apex, Hydro, something like that?
I am not.
No, so anything is done completely by itself, so to speak.
The only thing that I have a dosing
Controller?
but that's it.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that when we get to the dosing. So lighting, what are you lighting the tank with?
It's 4 Red Sea 160s.
Okay. Tell me a little about the Red Seas. Those are just LED lights, is that correct?
Yes, sir. And Red Sea's pretty good. You can change it, but they have systems set up already, preset. And I usually go with one of theirs and I just adjust it a little bit.
So from a lighting schedule, lights come on roughly?
About 9 o'clock.
And then they go off?
About 9 p.m.
Okay, so about a 12-hour light cycle.
Yes,
do you ramp up, then full light during the middle part of the day, ramp down? Is that the way it works?
Yeah, it ramps up, ramps down, and the moonlight comes on and goes off.
And is the moonlight every night, or is it like a moon schedule?
Every night.
Every night the moonlight comes on. Do you know the PAR readings that you're getting in various parts of the tank?
I know this is something a lot of people talk about a lot, but I'm going to be honest, I've never checked my PAR once.
Never checked your PAR once?
Not once. If it looks unhappy, I move it according to how it looks.
That's probably a good strategy.
Yeah, and I've never had a problem with it.
That's good. The lights that are over the tank, are they primarily blue, purple? Because I don't see a ton of white coming out. Is that just the time of day that we're here, or is that the lights themselves?
It's mainly blue. I usually whites. I think the peak of my whites is 15.
Okay.
So not a lot of white. It's only blue, white, and moon for Red Sea. So that's the only options you have.
Okay. All right. Flow. What are you using inside the tank and underneath the tank to generate flow for the tank?
So I have the Red Sea 9000 pump under it, obviously, and I have 2 of the Red Sea wave makers on the side.
On the side, and the wave makers are they're the gyri style, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm seeing in there. You don't happen to know how much flow you're getting out of those?
I'm running at about, I think they're at 60% right now.
Okay, 60%. And I should have asked this about the lighting. What are you roughly running the lighting at? At peak, is it up 100%?
The highest it goes is 85.
85. Okay, so you're just not running the
When
lighting.
you run those 100, like if I put my arm under it, it cooks it.
Okay, you could sunburn yourself. Are the flow things, the gyres in the tank, are they programmable? And if so, how are you, how are they generating flow?
They are programmed. I have one of the presets though where it ramps up and goes in reverse and just does that constantly.
Okay, so, and is it random flow or is it cross flow?
Cross flow.
Cross flow, okay. So they're kind of out of sync with one another.
Right.
Obviously, you mentioned that you have a tank or a return pump and you have a sump. What equipment are you running in the sump? Starting from water pours into the sump and it pours into a...
So once the pump comes out, it goes into the reef mat.
Okay.
And after the reef mat, it goes to the UV light.
Okay, so you have a UV.
Yeah. And then it goes into the last chamber, which has the heater in it. And then when it comes back, it goes through the skimmer and then it goes back up.
And so are those all the UV? I know the reef mat is, one product, but is the UV and the skimmer both Red Sea, or do you have...
Everything's Red Sea except for the UV light and the heater. The heater is Hercules, and I can't remember what the UV light is currently.
Do you have a refugium down there, or no?
I did, but I actually took it out.
Why'd you take it out?
It wasn't helping me. Everything I'm doing right now, everything's perfect. And when I started that, it just kind of threw everything off for me.
Oh, interesting. That's interesting. So nothing else in the sump. You've got the return pump. So let's talk about the care, so to speak, of the tank. Are you doing water changes for the tank?
I haven't done a water change in 2 years.
Oh, wow. So you're a philosophy of no water change person. So
Yeah.
I'll ask about that. What kind of salt did you use in the tank?
Red Sea salt.
Red Sea salt. Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming you have evaporation, you're doing top off. Is that manual or do you have a top off?
I have an automatic top off from Red Sea.
From Red Sea as well?
I also got the big gallons thing.
So you got a reservoir in there.
Yes,
of what, 5-6 gallons or 5-10 gallons?
10
gallons. And the RO automatically feeds into that, or do you have to top it up yourself?
It automatically feeds into it.
And so you have an RO system underneath the tank as well?
Oh no RO system. I just put it in the bucket.
Yeah, you put it manually in the bucket from your wherever
Yes,
you're creating the RO. So you said you're not doing any water changes. Are you doing any dosing of anything to keep up some of the elements?
I'm doing a Red Sea Complete Reef Care.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about that. I'm unfamiliar.
It's a 4-part system. Once you get calcium, it does alkalinity and magnesium and trace elements itself.
Okay.
It knows what to do. Once you get it tested, you can change it a little bit, but it automatically has a setting once you figure out calcium.
Oh, interesting. So is it just one mix that you have, or is it it's 4 different parts?
It's 4 different parts.
Okay, and so you're dosing effectively some amount of calcium to keep calcium up, but alkalinity, magnesium, and then a 4th one, which is the trace elements. Interesting. So what are you running those parameters at then? Calcium, alkalinity, and magnesium?
My calcium stays between 420 and 450.
Okay.
Magnesium anywhere from 11 to 13.
Okay, so that's interesting. That's lower than most people that are running. In fact, when I was talking to Brian about it, he likes his LPS tank to have magnesium higher, like running 1400, but your torches look fantastic. So
yeah, I feel like everyone has their own kind of way of doing things. It's just once your corals get used to something, you don't really want to change it.
Yeah, stability is probably more important than what your specific numbers are.
Right.
But that's actually one of the things that I think is important for people to hear, and why I like doing these is you can have a successful tank and you don't have to run it just like somebody else does. Are Are you testing anything other than calcium, alk, and magnesium, or just those three?
Mainly just those.
Okay. And what are you using to test those parameters?
When I have when I want to do everything, I go and get the aquaspin test.
Okay. So you take that to Aquarium, is that?
Yeah, I go to aquarium, get my aquaspin test.
Okay. What are you running the temp of the tank at? Roughly?
Right at 79.
Right at 79.
Mm-hmm.
And so just heaters, no, you don't need to cool it in any way, shape, or form?
No, just the heater.
Okay. Have you done an ICP test at all for the tank?
I did one on my 80 gallon, but I haven't done one on this one.
You haven't done one on this one, so you don't have any, you're not doing anything with the trace elements. They are what Red Sea says?
Whatever Red Sea says. I'm a big believer in doing whatever they tell me to do because it's worked out for me so far.
Okay. How often do you do the testing? How often do you take something down to Aquarium to run them?
I was doing it once a week for a long time, but now that I've kind of got it where I need it, I'm going like once a month to do a test.
Okay, because you think you got things pretty stable.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Phosphates and nitrates. Do you know where you're running your phosphates and nitrates?
I'm at like a 0.2 on phosphates.
0.2 on phosphates.
Yes, sir. And nitrates, I'm at 11.
Okay. So, I mean, your nitrates are about where most people are running. 0.2 is a little bit higher than most people are running, but I think what I'd say I hear a lot is that 0.1 to 0.2 range for phosphates. People who try to get lower than that is where you can start running into problems.
Right.
Do you know what you're running your salinity at the tank at?
0.25.
0.25, 1.025. And what are you doing to test salinity? Do you have a refractometer, hydrometer?
I do have a refractometer.
Yeah. Anything else that you're testing in the tank that I didn't ask you about?
No, that's it.
Okay. All right. Let's talk a little bit about livestock in the tank.
Okay.
Let's start with fish. You've got a plethora of fish, a number of tanks. What do you want to talk about in terms of the fish that you've got in there?
I mean, my favorite is definitely the Achilles. It's just, to me, the most stunning fish I have.
How long have you had the Achilles?
Probably about a month.
Oh, really? So he's relatively new.
Yeah, he's
so
new to the
he's
tank.
still got that new excitement to him too.
He's definitely the biggest guy I got in my tank.
And so how did he do? Because in there, I mean, I see a sailfin, I see a regal blue, I saw a yellow tang. You may have another. Is that?
I have a blue hippo and a yellow fin.
And the yellow fin.
Mm-hmm.
How's he getting along? The tang's getting along okay?
They get along pretty good. A lot of times, especially if I'm introducing a bigger fish, I'll change something in my tank before I do it.
Yeah, just
to kind of throw everybody off.
Yeah.
But also being the fact that he's bigger, I think helped all of them leave him alone.
So they're not messing with him. He's not really chasing them around either.
Yeah, I seen him chase one fish, but it wasn't even a tang. He was chasing a clownfish.
And so nobody's really the king of the tank, a bully, so to speak?
No, not anymore.
Okay. What other fish you got in there that you would want to call out?
My lawnmower, I love him just
because
just because the way he just looks fun. He's funny looking. He's funny to watch. Of course, he likes to get on top of the most expensive pieces.
Of course.
And just look at me. And he's kind of like daring me to do something. My starfish, I have a sea, I believe it's called sea biscuit starfish.
Okay.
And that one's really cool. It's yellow and red.
And I notice you have some, I'll call it gravel in the tank, but it's so not bare bottom, but it's not really a sand bed per se.
Yeah.
Do you have a bunch of inverts in there to manage the sand bed or anything else? You mentioned the starfish.
Yeah, I have a bunch of inverts. I also have horseshoe crabs in there to mix to mix the sand. I also have sand shifting starfish in there.
Okay.
You don't see them a lot because they're always in the sand, but they're in there mixing it up.
Okay, and I'm assuming you've got snails and hermit crabs.
A lot, yeah. I got both of those.
Okay. Anything particular on the snails? Like, do you have turbo snails? Do you have astrias? Or
I have
just
both
a mix?
of those, and I also have a Halloween.
A Halloween crab, yeah.
Crab, I really like that guy too. He's fun.
Yeah, they can get pretty big. How big is your Halloween?
Mine's
crab?
probably about this big right now.
Yeah, about 2 inches. Yeah, they can get big. Any other crabs you have in there? Emerald crabs or anything like that?
No, that's the only crab. I think that's the only crab I have right now.
Okay. Let's talk about what I think is your pride and joy, because this is what first got me to want to come out here, the corals that you have in your tank. Obviously you're an LPS lover, and in particular a torch lover, because there are some great torches in there. Tell me about what you've got going on from a coral perspective.
As far as tell you about the torches?
Tell me about the torches. I mean, you've got an SPS island off to one side.
I have actually 4 different frags of Walt Disney. I have a huge home wrecker colony as well. I have some that have no names, but I've gotten some great color out of them. My torches, I have a grafted torch. It's probably one of my favorite. It's actually a Holy Grail graft. Okay. It's half purple, half green. I also have one torch, I don't even know what the name of it is.
That's that bright yellow and green one. Right. That I now have a frag.
Yeah, that's the one that you got, and everyone that sees it wants it.
Yeah, that. Everybody who's come to my tank since I put it in there says, "Where did you get that, and what's it called?" I said, "I don't know what the name is. I can tell you who I got it from."
Yeah.
But
I mean, no one. I've talked to a couple of different people about it. Like, do you know the name? And some people have guesses, but no one really knows.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that, I got it at the Aquarium frag trade for those that are curious, and as soon as I saw it, I said, "That's the one. I got to have that coral."
Yeah, and I brought it there thinking that it was a really cool piece, but I knew it was more on the expensive side.
Yeah.
I was like, even if I go home with it, I'm okay. And then I think you were the second person to my booth, and you were like, "I want that."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Dang, I can't even show off now."
Well, you've got a piece. The piece that you have in here is bigger than mine. Mine's pushing 2 years. Is pushing 4 heads in there.
Yeah.
And it's really looking fantastic. Anything else? I noticed you also have at least some zoanthids. Other stuff going on the right-hand side or in the sand bed?
I have a colony of stratospheres.
Yeah.
And I'm pushing 70 to 80.
Wow.
Of those right now. So I'd really like to look at those. I also have a rainbow chalice that is huge. It's about this big, but a gold rim. I really love that piece as well. I've been thinking about cutting it up, but I just can't take myself to do it.
It's hard to cut out those beautiful looking corals, because it's got this nice symmetry, and I'm going to cut a chunk out.
And then I also have a grafted frog spawn, which is also one of my favorites.
Okay.
I also have a head. It was half green, half blue.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it had gold stems. And it grew, and now I have a colony, and the same colony has a bunch of green and a bunch of blue. The green has some little parts of blue, but it's just crazy how it split down the middle, and now I have one colony of blue heads and green heads on the same colony.
It's pretty cool, because people talk. There's tons of grafted SPS out there. You very rarely, in fact, you may have been the only time I've seen, and some of the pictures I'll show, I've seen any type of grafted LPS.
Right.
And I find that very, very cool that they've somehow bled. I wish I knew how that happened. I'm sure a lot of people may try to hunt you down and ask you that question. Or the question you may get a lot is, where did you get those from?
Yeah, I do get that a lot.
For both the fish and corals, what are the sources? What are your big sources for them?
I couldn't say that I have a big source. I'm kind of just all over the internet, all over, and when I find something I really like, I get it. And I get things thinking like, okay, well, I'll grow it out and I'll sell it. Yeah. Because I actually have 2 grafted frog spawns coming next week, and they really are crazy. And I spent way too much on them, but when I have extra heads, I'll get my money back.
Yeah, no, I hear you. All right, let's shift a little bit to what are you feeding the tank?
I do mysis shrimp.
Okay.
I do 4 cubes a day.
Okay. And one feeding with 4 cubes a day?
One feeding of 4 cubes a day. Okay. And I also do nori, obviously. Yeah. And as far as for the coral, I do AB Plus, Red Sea. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Red Sea everything.
Yeah, you are the poster child. If I could put it on you, it'd be a Red Sea shirt. You got Nike, but it could be Red Sea.
Yeah, they need to sponsor me for sure. Everything Red Sea, I got it.
Okay. Anything else? Any vitamins or other additives that you're using?
No. I'm trying to remember what it was called. Bena. I can't think of the name.
That's okay. Yeah. No worries. All right. And you said you're basically feeding once a day. Is it you feed in the morning, middle of the day, evening?
Middle of the day.
Middle of the day, as much as possible.
I usually leave for work at 5:30 in the morning, so I'm not gonna get up and feed them. But and I'll be home around 2 or 3, and that's when I usually feed them.
Okay, all right. So they're used to that as feeding time.
And they know when they see me walk through the door, they're all at the glass waiting.
Okay, Dad's home. It's time to eat. Let's talk about, have you had any challenges along the way with the tank, or with even previous versions of the tank, like the 80 that you had?
When I first got into it, I didn't do enough research. I didn't ask enough questions, and I was putting salt water back in when it evaporated, and
your salinity got
I hurt
high.
myself a lot, you know. But other than that, the only other problem I had was aptasia.
Okay.
But I bought a laser from Zeus, and it just shoots through your glass and kills it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I actually did it. I actually just got it last week, and I went through. If you find any aptasia in my tank right now, I'd be surprised.
Wow. And so, have you looked in the overflow? You don't have any in the overflow, or did you get them out of the overflow?
I looked in the overflow. I didn't see any. I looked in my sump. Couldn't find any in there either.
Okay. Wow. The laser is the first I've heard. The newest thing actually that I've been trying is a UV light that you put on them in the tank, but I've never heard of the laser. Is it a green laser? Is it a red laser?
It's red and blue. You can adjust it.
Okay.
And find the spot that you can hear them sizzle.
Okay.
And you can smell it. It's really intense.
Do you have to worry about the fish or anything swimming in front of it?
So it's kind of like when you put your hand in the tank, they run from it because it makes a noise.
Okay.
So
does the laser actually go in the tank, or are you shooting it from outside?
You're shooting it from outside through the glass.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's cool. I'm gonna have to take a picture of whatever that is. That's the first I've ever seen of or heard of anything like that. What, any other pests or trouble that you've had? So you talked about salinity, you talked about aptasia, which I'm sure most of us have had to deal with at some point in time.
No, that's it. I have I think it's called a bobbit worm.
Okay, yeah. Is it a big one?
It's a small one, but I got fussed at by one of my friends because I didn't get it out. He's like, it's going to get huge. I was like, well, it's not huge now. It'll be okay. You know?
Well, hopefully it's not a big problem. And it's definitely a bobbit worm, not just a normal, what are they called? Now I'm forgetting the name. I'm forgetting the name of the worm. They're smaller. The bobbits can grow big. I mean, they can grow like 3, 4, 5 feet long. I've seen people take them out of their tanks, and they're like, a good 3/4 of an inch thick.
Yeah, I mean, I've had bristle worms.
Yeah, bristle worms. That was the word.
I had those, but everyone, I got a mixed reaction to those. Like some people are saying leave them in, some people are saying take them out. I just leave them.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I think they're good. They eat poop, they eat leftover food. I don't find any problem with those.
Yeah, they hurt you, but other than that.
Yeah, you don't want to touch them. Yeah. But you've got a fox face in there too. You don't want to go touching him either.
Yeah, which I didn't know when I got them, and I actually am the one that got them out the tank, and I had them in my hand, and I got fussed at for that too.
You didn't get stung?
I didn't.
Oh, good for you.
I got lucky.
Yeah, you did get lucky. All right, what about any future plans for the tank? I mean, you mentioned some new corals coming in, but any other changes you're thinking of?
The only other thing I think I'm thinking hard on getting a frag tank.
Okay.
Kind of like a grow out, just so I can grow my own.
Separate system or plumb
separate system?
Separate system?
Yeah. I'm probably going to do all my high end stuff in my display tank.
Yeah.
And put all the low end stuff in my frag tank.
Makes sense. So we're in Louisiana, and not everybody here has dealt with a hurricane at some point in time in their life or another. What happens if power goes out?
Well, I actually, on the last hurricane, lost power, and I have a generator that runs my fish tank, my fridge, and my AC. And I stay home when the hurricane comes with my family. I'll let them go stay somewhere, and I'll stay here and make sure all that's still running.
Okay, all right. And is it an auto kick-on generator?
It is not. We do have plans on getting one. It's probably going to be later on this year or early next year that we get it.
Okay, and the current generator, gas run?
Yeah, gas or propane.
Gas or propane? Okay, yeah. I mean, I would say to anybody in Louisiana, it's worth the investment to get a generator, even if it's a portable one.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think I have 3 right now.
Oh yeah, it's totally worth it.
Yeah, just in case one fails, I have a backup.
That's exactly right. I mean, it's like most of the things, we build redundancy into our tanks. Mm-hmm. We want to build redundancy into because obviously, if you're buying high-end corals, you don't want to have them all go crashing down on because some hurricane.
Right. Yeah, I had someone ask me recently, how much do you have in this tank with everything, not just coral but everything, and I'm like, I gotta be between 60 and 80,000 in this tank right now.
I believe it. What's the best piece of advice that you ever got, or what would you want people to? If somebody said, what advice would you give me? What would you say?
I think sometimes people chase numbers too hard.
Okay.
And I've had a lot of friends kill everything in their tank a couple of times by chasing them.
And they're just swinging it one way and then
Right.
another, trying to chase numbers versus stability.
And obviously don't put more salt water in when the water is.
Hey, look, if you haven't made the mistake, you can't learn from it.
I learned from it for sure.
All right. Well, look, Thomas, this has been incredible. I've really enjoyed the time having the conversation. Is there anything else you would want to share with people out there that I didn't ask?
I don't think so. I think we pretty much covered everything.
Okay. Well, look, I really appreciate the time. I'm really excited to take some pictures of the tank, and I'm really excited to see how the video turns out. So again, thank you very much for inviting us into our home.
No problem.